Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final stream of the 2025 to 2026 CTL season. We're going to be wrapping up our donation goals. So what we'll be doing today is we'll have Science Cyber calm the SS ranks playing Caboozled Pie. We'll get to watch me suffer through about half the push-ups that I need to do. We'll do a supporter raffle for about 22 players. We'll take a look at who won playoff pick'ems. We'll look at our meme contest winner, and we've got some interesting stats to show you. And then afterwards, we'll wrap up, and the stream will be finished for this year. We'll be done with CTL.
Okay, sounds good. Hello, I'm Science Cyber. I'll be commentating the first slot today, which should be Caboozled Pie versus a bunch of SS ranks, which was definitely an interesting donation incentive, and we appreciate everyone who signed up for that, as well as Caboozled Pie, the goat himself. But yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Excited to go into this. This will be again the final CTL stream of the year, and also my last commentary of the season. So, it's been a long season. I appreciate everyone who's joining us. Joining us here today.
Yeah, let's get started.
Where are you going? Okay then. I guess just as a yeah, so the donation incentive for this was one of the relatively early ones. I believe it was like, well, actually, no, it was like $625. So yeah, thank you to everyone. We got to that massive donation goal, and so we have our first SS rank today, who is Freaking, who I believe is like, actually a good friend of Caboozled Pie. I believe they're in VC together right now, so this should be definitely very exciting to watch. Let's see. Okay, I guess we should be getting started pretty soon. But like, yeah, again, thank you everyone who is here during this very long season. Thank you to everyone who donated to the prize pool. Thank you, chat, for being here right now. And yeah, I don't know, it's just it's been a really fun season for me personally. Even though you guys didn't get far, I think it was a well organized season, and thank you to all the organizers. And no, yeah, love this event. All right, hopping into for the rule set, every single group of SS ranks will be playing a first to three, just so that we can really make sure that it doesn't get cheesed. So we have Freaking here already up the board. It's the spin and like about a billion other pieces to really get out of that. That was a back-to-back 11 for Caboozled Pie to build up quite a significant amount of surge. So yeah. Alright, Caboozled Pie taking a quick one. Honestly, not too surprising. Oh, it's a 4 wide from Caboozled Pie. Okay, this is like mild BM, but also it's a for fun event. So we'll take mild BM. Wait, Caboozled Pie goat, Caboozled Pie goat, Wumbo who? Okay, let's go Caboozled Pie. Alright, yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, not too surprising. One SS rank was kind of just like, we gotta get through it kind of thing. So, but like, yeah. Totally don't expect Freaking to, get one here, but like, honestly, if Freaking can, that'd be, honestly amazing, just like, as a watch. Kind of just Caboozled Pie going for this floating Espen setup into a bit of a skim. Freaking canceling it pretty nicely though. So Freaking out here a little bit cheesed up. Does need to eventually find their way down through this. It does have a skim available. Covers up the well, but it should be able to open up. It's taking a while to do so. Caboozled Pie just waiting right now. Probably has Freaking begging in BC to, be allowed to stay alive a little bit longer, so. Right. Yeah, just having fun with it. It's a charity event. Well, I guess not a charity event. It is a donation incentive event. So Caboozled Pie, just having fun with it, doing pretty well here. Just building up some back-to-back, taking it nice and easy. Already at 17, Freaking right now. It does have the well open, but any search break right now should probably just kill. Yeah, it's pretty much gotten to that point already. So waiting on Kabuzo Pie to eventually break this. Or maybe Kabuzo Pie is going to try to set a back-to-back record here in CTL. He's already at a 31 back-to-back setup for Kabuzo Pie. Looking for the S-spin into this T, does get it. Already at a plus 35. Freaking right now, just kind of on borrowed time. It's like already over. Yeah, just the kind of warm up for this event. Wow. Oh no. Doesn't even get to break it. Oh, that would have been so cool. Okay, but yeah. Not too surprising. Kabuzo Pie, a very good SS. No, it's not SS. X plus rank. Facing one SS rank, pretty standard stuff. Not too surprising. But yeah, good stuff from Freaking nonetheless. And we should be having our second SS rank joining us, who I believe is Fancy XC. Should be pretty exciting. So, all right, let's get this. We're looking for, yeah, raise the player limit. All right, yeah, looks good. Okay, so I'm expecting to see, the first couple players are not going to be opener mains, based on how we did our selection criteria for the SS ranks. So I believe, Fancy XE probably isn't at this point, and even then, Kabuzo Pie probably doesn't have a strong enough opener to be like maybe 1 or 2 opener ranks at a time. Opener means, oh my, I'm so fried. Opener means at a time, so could definitely be something that it's definitely something that we considered, and so we're gonna be sending in the opener means later. All right, and just a reminder to any players who are watching the Twitch stream right now that you should be targeting Kabuzo Pie. Nah, okay, freaking. We love to see the infight. It makes an event good. Okay, hopping into. So we should be focusing just on Kabuzo Pie's screen here because most of the SS ranks will be just playing Tetris as you can expect. All right, Kabuzo Pie here with a pretty fast he's been set up into this 6-3 stack conversion. That's a nice one. He has to break back to back, but is going to open up pretty nicely low on the board. Both players are like spreading a bit of this damage equally, so they're living definitely a bit longer here, and we're getting some good value here. Just because like in the essence, Kabuzo Pie's APM is being cut in half. So yeah, personally, I kind of feel like Kabuzo Pie. Wait, Kabuzo Pie's about to die. Oh my god, wait. Wait, is it gonna end that soon? Like, no shot this dojo incentive is that quick. There's actually no way. Okay, come on. Wait, my goat needs to lock in. Wait. Okay. So, Kabuzo Pie once again. Here with the MKO, and Kabuzo Pie Classic, if you know the copy pasta. Kabuzo Pie realizing that this probably isn't as easy as he initially expected it to be. Okay, that is one SS strength dead. Just out of the opener, so that should be Kabuzo Pie able to take this relatively quick. He does have a bit of back-to-back to work with already. He's going to be able to continue this pressure, and it's kind of just too much for one SS rank to deal with. Like, again, that is that key number. I think once you get down to like 1 or 2 SS ranks, Kabuzo Pie should be like almost guaranteed the win. So it's just like, can we get to that point, or can Kabuzo Pie get to that point? But honestly, great stuff on the SS ranks to take one this early. Honestly, like I thought it would take like 6 or 7 SS ranks to beat Kabuzo Pie, but honestly, it's looking pretty good. Okay, freaking we have here with the STPC spin. So Kabuzo Pie here is actually able to deal with that pretty effectively. But honestly, I suspect that once they get like 2 or 3 SS ranks are able to do the STPC spin, it might just be wraps. All right, but yeah, for now, Kabuzo Pie with the 20 surge built up already at 23. Freaking just really cheesed up right now, super misdroppy, and then so it should be one of the SS ranks should be dying pretty soon. You're getting some okay down stacks, but it's the surge break, and that's gotta be a kill. And that will be freaking now on their own. This is gonna prove quite difficult. And yeah, okay, that's gonna be Kabuzo Pie taking the 2-1. Alright. Okay, we once again just have Kabuza Pai just sprinting through this 5-4. Honestly, probably does need to just maintain that speed and especially out of the opener, just be able to deal with a lot of this pressure that's coming in. And we already have Freaking all the way at the top, so that should be Fancy Q up next, and Fancy Q with the misdrops. That can't be good, and that'll be Kabuza Pai taking down yet another group of these SS ranks. Okay, but definitely a good showing though. Honestly, 1 point is pretty huge, especially this early on. So yeah, great stuff here from the SS ranks. But yeah, Kabuza Pai, 2 is pretty easy, even if you just do it by like APM sum. Each SS rank you expect maybe like 50 to 70 APM out of. Or damn, Freaking is averaging 80. Oh my god, what are these SS ranks up to these days? Okay, never mind. Okay, but like yeah, at least 3 or 4 that will take to like match the APM of Kabuza Pai. And if I can just snipe winner, maybe you can get up even 7. So my number comes from. Honestly, it might be lower. It might just be 5 straight up. Honestly. Okay. Fascinating. Okay, sorry. I think I had a brief disconnect there. Apologies, but I should be back, everyone. Hello. Okay. Sorry. Can I get a confirmation from someone whether I'm live or not? It might be cooked. It might be cooked. Hello. Oh. Oh, fascinating. I see. Okay then. Well, whatever. We scuffed CTL stream setup. Alright, so early on here we have Kabuza Pai already is going for a pretty nice 9-0, breaks the surge pretty quickly, and already gets a quick kill onto one of the SS ranks. So that should be pretty good for Kabuza Pai here. We know Kabuza Pai can take down 2, so once again, once you get to the threshold of where it is winnable, that's probably good enough for Kabuza Pai be able to just kind of close it out as long as Kabuza Pai, doesn't make any massive mistakes, obviously. And this is kind of why we have first to 3, just to like, let Kabuza Pai be a bit more consistent, because those rounds will happen. Just have like a bad misdrop. So we really do want to test the absolute limit of this question. How many SS ranks can Kabuza Pai really take down? Anyways, so we have we all the way at the top now, and that's gonna be Kabuza Pai taking a quick first round. Yeah, again, I think Kabuza Pai's opener is just like really showing here, is able to take out one of them pretty quickly. Yeah, Kabuza Pai, once again with one of those C-spin to PC openers, does get the all clear, goes into a DPC, is getting massive value out of this. Freaking ship is almost dead straight up. Kabuza Pai putting on the pressure. Okay, does eventually get set to line, so is not able to continue the PC. But I mean, she is doing just fine. Is going to break surge, and yeah, once again going to whittle down the SS rank to just 1. Yeah, Kabuza Pai showing some incredible prowess right now. Definitely locked in after that one round with the 2, and yeah, just so much pressure onto Weeg's board. So yeah, just a lot to deal with. Yeah, Kabuza Pai once again just needs this opener phase to go well. Okay, yeah, once again just opting for these C-spin to PC openers, which honestly is probably a good strat. There's consistent opener value out of it if you just go into the PCs, but also it is just a good to like tank and counterattack as well. So it is a pretty flexible option from what we're seeing. Yeah, already Kabuza Pai has gotten one of the SS ranks. And now is already at 15, 16, 17, 18 surge even. And it's just letting that build up, and Fancy is just, wow, under so much pressure. So yeah, no, that's going to be a quick 3-0 from Kabuza Pai. Okay, honestly, yeah, no, maybe it should be like 6 or 7 SS ranks, I feel like. Because like Kabuza Pai is like looking like incredible right now. Alright, good stuff from Kabuza Pai. Shout out! Oh yeah! Shout out to Kabuza Pai for winning CTL in its entirety. And thank you to Kabuza Pai for being actually being in multiple donation incentives. Really appreciate it. Definitely has nothing to do with the facts that Zynex and Kabuza Pai are related. Hint, hint, conspiracy theory. Okay, anyways, and also, after this, a couple of fun events. We will have Trooper here, doing some push-ups, which should be really fun, and as well as we'll be going over the meme contest, as well as, you know, doing pick'em winners, which, hint, hint, might be someone that you know. Hint, hint. All right, CTL Iceberg Len. Ooh, that's a good question. The CTL lore runs deep. Well, actually, no, this is an existing meme. Like, the CTL Iceberg is actually just, like, was, like, one of the early meme contests. Like, did you know Firestorm founded CTL? Alright then. So yeah, what are we at? Like 4 SS ranks? Okay, this is, I think, where it starts getting, like, a bit harder for Quizzle because, like, 4 SS ranks is, like, pretty even in APM with, Kubizapai, like, in theory. Like, each one will only have to put about 50 to 60 APM to, like, match Kabuzol's, like, Tetra League APM average. But again, I think Kubizapai does have the advantage, like, if you can just, like, snipe 1 or 2 at the opener, that's, like, honestly more than enough sometimes. Okay, Kubizapai once again opting for the C-spin opener. Doesn't get the PC out of it. And is going to just, open up. Yeah, it's under actually, like, a good amount of pressure right now, though is eventually managing to find his way open. But yeah, it's definitely a lot closer than it was before. Kubizapai not able to build a surge in quite the same way just yet. It's taking a second to do so. Alright. Oh, yeah, Kubizapai under fire right now. Had to break surge once again just to live that. But already does have 2 whittled down, so it should be just like cleaning this up right now. A slight misdrop there, but should be fine to recover this. So yeah, no, it's definitely getting a bit more interesting now. Kubizapai having to play a bit more flexible, you know, just take surge breaks where he can to, like, live some situations. But, you know, it does have it down to 1 SS rank, so should have this round locked in at this point. Definitely, like, yeah, no, we're seeing that, you know, it's a bit harder now. Great. So I was kind of just waiting for Cab to finish up here, just building up a bit of surge. You know, you might as well get in, like, you know, a bit of practice while you can. There's a big surge break. Wait, does Fancy live this? No shot, no shot, no shot. Oh yeah, no, there's no shot. There's not. Nice try though. Honestly, that was like a really good down stack. Especially for an SS rank. I was like really impressed with that. So yeah, good shit. Alright, Kubizapai once again with the C spin to PC opener. Ooh, misdrops to JP's out of the opener though, but does have a nice fix for it. It seems we might have 1 SS rank who's AFK. Hopefully they can reconnect. Yeah, Kubizapai is doing pretty fine right now. Gets a nice surge break. It's able to deal with that pressure pretty easily, and, you know, just able to continue the down stack. Okay, it looks like we do have the SS ranks back, and they're all alive actually. I think, yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of, like, sharing the pressure coming in from Kubizapai. Kubizapai would need, like, a massive surge break to get one of these kills, and honestly, it has been using a lot of these surges for defense. It's like we've like almost reached like almost a critical mass, you can call it, of, like, SS ranks, like, coming in taking garbage as well as putting on enough pressure to kind of, like, balance out this, like, massive surge advantage that Kubizapai pretty much always has. Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh wow, Kubizapai pushed all the way to the top. You're under so much pressure. It's still alive kicking, but I think that's gonna be another round for the SS ranks finally. Okay, that should be 1 for the SS ranks. This is okay. This has been pretty close so far. Yeah, Kubizapai definitely, hasn't been as easy for Kubizapai as it has been in previous rounds. But again, if Kubizapai, the key thing was Kubizapai didn't get 1 out of the opener. See if Kubizapai can get it this time. Yeah, it's striding pretty hard here, which is kind of what you expect. Kind of needs to. Oh no, but the S spin with after the garbage stun was kind of bad. Wait, I think there's gonna be another one for the SS spin. Oh my god. Wait, no. Oh no, there's no down stack. There's no down stack. Okay, wow, yeah, no, the SS ranks here are on match point. Wait, they could seal this pretty early. They're already at 2. Kubizapai would need 2 in a row here to, like, get to 5 SS ranks. Yeah, this might end. This event donation incentive might, you know, end earlier than we thought it would. Okay, yeah, definitely doesn't misdrop out of the opener, which is key here. Misdrops out of the opener will get you killed almost every single time. Okay, actually does get a kill out of the opener, so this is pretty good for Kubizapai. And is definitely able to deal with 3, as we've seen before. So this should be totally winnable at this point. right? Yeah, Kabuzapai is willed down to 2. Okay, yeah, this should be yeah, almost guaranteed a round for Kabuzapai unless we see like some sort of catastrophic misdrop paired with like an incredible like from these SS ranks. And it's just not looking likely, these misdrops, and then yeah. Okay, so that should be Kabuza taking another one, sending it to a match point between Kabuza and these SS ranks. So again, the key thing here is just the opener. Because these SS ranks do have strong openers, but so does Kabuza Pi, and if Kabuza Pi can just get one out of the opener really quickly, doesn't misdrop it, like that is the win con. Okay, Kabuza Pi, once again opting for the C-Spin PC. Okay, gets it. But Fancy does have a bad misdrop on the board, so maybe that will be the kill Suzupai is looking for, but it's honestly the damage just isn't going that way. Yeah, this damage is being spread so thin. Wait, hold on, that might be it. Oh my god, wait, that was quick. Okay, yeah, Kabuza topped out by 4 SS ranks. Alright. GG. Yeah, okay, honestly, that was like way lower than I thought. Like, I thought four SS ranks would like match, like roughly match its Kabuza and APM, but I guess just like the collective damage spread, like downstack ability is like more than enough to deal with it. Okay, yeah, incredible stuff here. Congratulations to these 4 SS ranks. Zerm, Weak, Fancy, XC, and Freaking can say they have beat Kabuza Pi in an official Tetrio event.
Yeah. We're seeing four SS ranks. We don't even need a full CTL team. You just need 4 people. This might be the new tech to beat CTL next year.
Yeah, we should put together like a 20-person roster, send them against UCLA, call it a day.
Yeah, perhaps if we had, you know, maybe then someone could beat UCLA. So the answer to how many SS ranks is needed to beat Kabuza Pi is only 4. The number of deaths, less than people would expect, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, shout out to Kabuza Pi. Thank you for participating in this, and thank you to all the SS ranks who did sign up. Sorry if you did not get to play, but yeah, no. Honestly, a cool showing.
Yeah, good showing from Cat. We've now got we will now be going on to I guess a compilation of push-ups that I did along with Flu.
Okay, and I guess I'll be leaving. I'm leaving Trooper to it. So thank you everyone in the chat, and I will be leaving. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to Science Cyber for commentating this match. We'll now be moving to the push-ups.
Hello, this is the donation goal of doing push-ups for Collegiate Tetris League. So every point, which is a round, every game, basically one of Tetris for a UBC team, I have to do 2 push-ups. And UBC teams won 292 points, which is 584 push-ups. This might be very, very cooked.
Favorite CTL player?
Who's your favorite person in CTL? Yuri or Yao?
Credit card number?
No comment on that.
Favorite ABBA song?
I have not listened to any ABBA except Dancing Queen, so I'll say Dancing Queen.
All right. Go-to karaoke song?
I have never been to karaoke.
Rarity asks, will you marry me?
No. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'll just do 140, because I don't think both teams will win 35-0 next week.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna do push-ups on behalf of Trooper 4907 because he's in debt and needs help or something. But also, I'm not strong enough to do push-ups when I answer questions. So I may or may not just do a voiceover. Watch this.
The math lab question, I don't know. The question about fruits, it's because they're different categories of terms, and people like pointing out weird notions of categories. So people like pointing out the fact that we think fruits and vegetables are disjoint sets even though they're not. The favorite thing to eat for breakfast is probably congee. Favorite way to for cooking eggs is steamed. Favorite CTL moment? Probably one of the finals. We'll go with the first year's finals because that was a really cool project to get working on. Sin number, I don't remember. The point of a French press is to make decanting the coffee easier, so it's to make separating the miscible solids from the coffee out of it simpler. I think 20% of CTL will be flagged as children, probably something like that. I think I would swap lives with whoever's the richest in CTL. And then lastly, who's the least likely? I'll go Jayan because he reads, and everyone knows that children don't read anymore.
All right, I have a question for you. What was your favorite moment as an organizer?
Wait, I'm not in the right mindset to be answering this question. Okay, the first thing I thought of was retirement, but this is like not a real answer. In the first season, a lot of thought went into the first season. So that was when like we were implementing the teams format, and I think we got a lot of criticism because people were like, I don't have any friends, so we can't play 5v5 because like I can't get a team. But then there were 16 whole teams that signed up, and then I really liked how as time went on, the number of people who were like, we can't make a team because I don't have 5 friends. Like the number of people who said that diminished, and also whenever people said that, other people who were in teams that formed just because of CTL were like, you just need to try harder, and people play Tetris, you just need to find them. And I was like, oh, it's so true, because I think meeting new people or getting people to meet new people is like one of the core goals of CTL, which is why you need 5 people, because Tetris is such an individual game. So yes, that's like the baseline level for participating. So I'm glad to see more people participating, and there's like 50 teams now. Wow. Okay.
What was your least favorite moment as an organizer?
Wow. Okay. Every time a question is asked, like an answer immediately pops up in my head. The thing that popped up in my head was Zynex every week pointing out mistakes in our organization.
Oops.
Whoops! And then the CTL question, every time the CTL questions channel would become white, I would be like, no, not again. Oh, not again. And then I would click it, and then Zynex would have a reasonable thing to point out that's like wrong in the way we run CTL. And we're like, oh no, oh, and then we have to fix it. But we're like, it was good. And then whenever we fix the things, then the CTL people were like, oh yeah, I'm so glad it's fixed. And I think Zynex is also the person who suggested buying counterfeit. So I think you're a little go-to. But also at times frustrating because you would point out things that we didn't think of, and then we would have to fix them very quickly. But you're goated. Okay.
Okay, we've finished watching half of the push-up suffering. I might have to do like 229 more, so we'll see how that goes. Following up next, we will be moving to our CTL meme contest results. We had a lot of submissions this year, and only one of them will be the winner, but they were all great submissions, and we're all very glad that people are participating in the meme contest. Oh no, weekly push-up updates. So let's go through some of the memes. We have Aaron commentating in chat. We have people trying to figure out scheduling, which is not which has been a bit of a struggle for some teams less so. We have a meme about donations, and one of the people who have generously donated, we have a meme about being caboozled pie, it seems. We have a meme about Zinix trying to beat UCLA A and regrettably losing and being caught in some irony there by knowledge. We have a list of different drafting methods that teams have chosen, from a magic 8-ball to a Ouija board to drawing names out of a hat to literally rolling a wheel or asking ChatGPT. We have the news that the organizers figured out once we realized that UCLA was getting another top 20 player this season. Hopefully they don't get another one next year. We'll see. It seems that they're always able to pull these players out of their hats. We have a collection of CTL members and organizers for different things that we may have to do. I may have many more push-ups left to do.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it! 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 Aw.
We have players being unable to complete PCO given the bag that they are given, which may be a skill issue. That might be a skill issue, it seems. No! We have an unfortunate loss from one of the games that UMD played. I don't think I recognize the other player, but it is one of UMD's games that was played there. And for our winner, Chillhopper, very dominant meme contest competitor.
獄門橋開門。術式順天、出力最大。青。森に隠れたか。俺は
So, very high quality submission by Chill Hopper to take the meme contest this year. Congratulations. Moving on, we have playoff pick'em results. By a very narrow margin, in fact, by 1 point differential, Science Cyber beats Aaron Thematic to take the playoff pick'ems win. So congratulations for Science Cyber for predicting the entire bracket with a point differential of 48. Aaron, one of our organizers, came second, followed by Fushi Snom in third and Koopa Lover 18 in fourth. Congratulations, everyone. Good job on your playoff brackets. Cyan, as a commentator, may or may not be rigging it with the commentator's curse. So, I don't know. It might have been helpful. So, that is our playoff pick'ems results. And we will now be moving to our raffle from a very, very big wheel for about 22 supporters. It depends on the euro to Canadian exchange rate, if it improves or worsens in the next couple of months. It also depends on how much shipping costs. So we'll see. There might be more players that get added to this raffle. But we can roll the wheel, I guess. Let's roll the wheel. Wait, can you set it to select like 22 results? Empire's Law. Hooray! Wait, hold up. I should. That's one. Our next roll will be Is it not rolling? Give it Taco Cat 83. That is our next winner. We will roll again, I guess. We have Sushi for Aiden. Congratulations for winning. Is there a way to roll more than one person at a time? This feels like it was going to take a while. Make a Python script? There. Okay. I don't think that there should be duplicates. I guess we'll roll again. Congratulations, Leon. Let us... We have to roll the wheel like 17 more times. Is there a faster way to do this? Congratulations, Mr. T. Congratulations, Scarlet Lycan. Surely... Congratulations, Aqua Pro. Oh, there are duplicates? Uh-oh. Give us some technical issues. Let us move on. We can return to this in a little bit. Oopsies. That's my bad. Okay. Let's look at some fun playoff stats. So, out of our 54 games in the upper league, 8 of them were upsets. That would put us at about a 15% chance to upset. In our lower league, we had 19 upsets across 133 games. So actually, that would put us at like a 14% chance to upset. So this bar chart is a bit misleading, because I think the chance of upsetting in the lower league was slightly higher, but I think the upper league may also be skewed by some of the continuation matches. So we didn't have that many upsets, and thankfully I don't have to drink hot sauce shots. Let's look at the teams in the lower division that did best relative to their seeds. So against teams that were lower seeded than them, Georgia Tech did the best. They had an average point differential against lower seeded teams of 28. UC Davis B had an average point differential of 26. UT Austin B, an average point differential of 22.25. And UIUC B with an average point differential against teams lower than them of 21.33. So these are the teams that beat the teams lower seeded than them. Similarly, in this vein, these are teams that outperformed relative to their seed. So UMass Amherst immensely outplaced their seed. UW-B, Columbia, and UIC all significantly placed higher than their seed. So Amherst seeded 44th, placed 14th. UW-B seeded 31st, placed 8th. Columbia seeded 36th, placed 13th. And UC Irvine C seeded 38th and placed 17th. And their outperformance is above what you would expect them given their position in the lower bracket. So you have to get rid of the upper bracket. These are punching up stat, so best performing teams against higher seeded teams. So it's firstly weighted by their number of upsets, and then weighted by the average point differential they had against teams higher seeded than them. So UMass Amherst had 3 upsets with an average point differential in their games against higher seeded of minus 0.17. Brown had 2 upsets with an average point differential of minus 1.4. UMD had 1 upset with an average point differential of 9, with Washington B with 1 upset and 5 average point differential. So, upper division. Let's look at the teams that beat down on teams below them. With no surprise, UCLA A took this by a quite significant margin, averaging an average point differential of 27.57 against teams lower seeded than them. UBCA in a bit of a distant second at 19.5 point differential against teams lower seeded than them. UIUCA at 16.67 point differential against teams lower seeded than them, and Washington A in 4th with 15.25 average point differential. Moving on to our outperformers in the upper division. So UW A was seeded 6th, placed 4th. UC Berkeley A seeded 7th, placed 5th. UCLA B seeded 8th, finished 6th. And CMU seeded 16th, placed 14th. So all of them outperformed their seed by 2 values. In the strength of their upsets, CMU was the team with the most upsets. They had 2 upsets that actually had very critical bracket implications. They had an average point differential of minus 8.29 in games against higher seeded teams. UC Berkeley A had 1 upset at minus 2.67 point differential. NYU A in 3rd with 1 upset and a minus 6.29 average point differential against teams they played who are higher seeded than them. And then lastly, tied for 4th, UBCA and North Carolina State, both with 1 upset and an average point differential of minus 7.69. So we'll be moving on to our player stats. So our most improved players in terms of Glyco were Dubu of NCSU, gaining 447 Glyco from the start of seeding to the end. Whale Ribs gaining 424 Glyco from the start to the end. Skill Not Included gaining 369 Glyco. And Not Tanshine? Is that supposed to be the hyperbolic tangent? To 367 Glyco. So these are the most improved players. Thankfully, unlike a couple seasons ago, there's no UCLA players on this. So looking at the most improved teams, NCSU gained the most Glyco, gaining 800 from seeding to now. Mines gaining 740 Glyco. UMass Amherst gaining 732. And lastly, UT Arlington gaining 721 Glyco. Good job. Good job improving yourselves across the season. Looking at the teams who played the most Tetris. You know, Tetris is a game where many players don't play that much. Our most active teams, so the teams who had the lowest RD among their players, UW-B being very active, 305, Columbia very active, 306, MIT-B also 306, and then UCI-B at 308. So lots of players staying active, which is good, I think. Thank you to all of our donors for funding CTL, funding supporter, and funding trophies for the winning teams. So Cadigan with $4.20 in Canadian. These are all in Canadian, by the way. So if you're American, you can convert our like currency to your currency. It's like, you know, we have a much weaker currency. Flower Petal with $67, Cheese Whiz with 20, Petrofolis with 6.91, Want to Fish with 40.77, Lobusuta with 6.7, Science Cyber with 69.42, IA 1618 with 31.41, Benex with $42, Inane Pork with 100, and since he's Canadian, that's like actually accurate. KZL with 50, Pentag with 30, Kaboozled Pie with 105, Kokon with 75, DXD Asian 61.75, and Absurd Potato with 10.67. Thank you to all the donators. The CTL would not be able to fund the prizes without you. Hooray. And lastly, but not least, a ginormous thank you to everyone for participating in CTL, watching our stream, like engaging in CTL. This is a community event. This is a community event, and it's great to see that Plu's original vision of trying to get people to like get 5 Tetris players in their school to form a team has been so successful. We had 54 teams this year, more than any other year in CTL history. I want to give a huge shout out to literally all the staff, you know. This year, we couldn't have ran CTL without all of the organizers who have put in many hours of diligent work. So thank you, Aaron, Boat Hotel, Dig Cheese, I'm George, and Mason Lilo, Mango Lemon, and Zynex. I want to give a huge shout out to all the hard work they've done. Special thanks to Osk, who provided us with badges and stuff, Ors, who built a lot of our early infrastructure, same with Plu, same with Garbo, with our stream overlays. I want to thank all the commentators who volunteered to commentate matches. We wouldn't be able to have the stream without you, so thank you to Ethanol, Science Cyber, Stratus, May, Benex, Red Slicer, the Davo Tigger, Inkling, QL, Neutral, Is That Guy, Doey, Jayaban, Kaboozled Pie, Blarg, ZBK, and Gladon. Thank you all for volunteering your hours to commentate. And lastly, with regards to UBC EA, we'd like to thank our flagship sponsor, BC Computers. If you are a UBC student or in the Vancouver area, we have premium computer repair services right here on UBC campus. So thank you to everyone. I hope everyone had a good CTL, and we will see you all next year.